Hans Theisen here from Scale by Tech. In this video, I'm going to go over the backend of an app I created called Human Forge. And I'm doing this video because it's really hard to find good videos about people actually doing the backend, like all the automation stuff and interconnection thingies of an app. Like how do you connect payment and how did that trigger all the other stuff and so forth. So let me go through that for you so you can see what it takes to create a backend for a simple application like this one. So this is the Human Forge. It is an app where you can create digital avatars with AI images and biographies, all fleshed out and easy to use. So you create an avatar up here. You select the gender, age, skin color, occupation, and whatever you want your avatar to be, where you want it to live, and so forth. It then goes ahead and creates an avatar, including full name, short bio, long bio, age, address, occupation, marital status, children, all that, hobbies, like a full blown biography. And we can then go ahead and then create more images of this person. So we can do sitting in a cafe drinking coffee, generate images of this person called Evan in that scenario. What you can also do, just a little trick before we go into the automation part, is that you can download this image, for example, then you can go to a site called, for example, Magnific. And so this is the original. You can then upscale AI images to make them look really, really professional. And that just cleans up everything. Little hack here. Awesome. Let's go in. So in the last video, I talked about the front end, not the front end, but the Adalo builder here and all the different screens, what I did. So let's talk about the backend. First of all, you need to have a Stripe account to connect to and receive payments. I'm not going to show that because, you know what Stripe is. But the other thing that I added to this was a Google Cloud account, or Google Cloud, whatever it's called, Google Cloud, because I foresaw that an app like this would probably generate a lot of images, like thousands of images. And the Adalo integrated storage might not be large enough to handle all this volume, and I just wanted something a bit more robust to handle all the images. So I set up a Google Cloud Storage. I added a bucket, and I created this bucket called img humanforge.app, created a bucket, and we now have like 700-ish images in here. And when you ask like how much that's going to cost, that is going to cost you, I spent like 0.12 Danish crowns. So you have to divide that by 7 in order to get it to USD. So literally like nothing. This is why I like doing it with like storage on Google servers, because it is so affordable. So with that out of the way, you'll see me linking to Google Cloud, getting URLs back. And this is the storage space that I'm putting the images up to, and then getting the public URLs back. We have something called here public to internet is turned on, meaning that everything we put up here is publicly available, all the URLs. But like no one knows these URLs here, except for the people using the app. Awesome. What I did also is set up a private cloud server using elest.io. So just give me a sec. I used this service here to create a cloud server and installed n8n specifically on that server, meaning that I can scale that automation platform up. And if the app is a success and gets hundreds or thousands of users, I can scale the automation backend without having to worry about spending a lot of money. And I can even like pull in, like offer this as a free trial to, again, hundreds, thousands of users without blowing up my budget. That was one of the reasons why I put it on a self-hosted n8n instance. The other reason is that I can transfer ownership of this n8n instance to a buyer, for example. So if I created this app for reselling purposes, I can easily transfer ownership of the entire backend to the new owner. Smart. But wouldn't necessarily recommend doing this for your first app. But anyways, I want to test this out. Let's go into it. We have a total of 9-ish, 10-ish different automations that does different things. The first one is the trial. So when a person signs up for the app here, they will be met. Oh, now we got the person in coffee scenario. When they sign up, they will see start trial. And that's because on our backend, we have a trial, a Boolean option for the users in trial, and then we have him being a paying customer. This is a credit system. So every time a person creates a new avatar, creates a new image, we will deduct credit from their account. The thing is that when you create a new account here, we need a trigger to add more information, like what starting credit should they start with. And I'm pretty sure I chose that they should start with 5 credits. Pretty sure. Let's go down here. Yeah. So 5 credits. That means that they can generate 5 avatars, for example, 5 images. But that specific field is empty. So I had to do a workaround that when you sign up, you need to click a button in order to start your trial. And you can see it here. No, not there. There we go. Start trial. That is visible when the logged in user trial state is false. So we have a Boolean option here. So when that option is false, this button is visible and they can click that button. When they click that button, they will trigger this webhook and it will just update the user status and go here and say credits now equal to 5. They will get 5 credit in their account and it will say set the trial started Boolean value to true. So they are now in trial. That is that automation. The next one is they will run out of credits when they've used that 5 credits. Then they can buy more. So we connect it to the Stripe account. We have our, let me just zoom in up here. We have this field here, which is Stripe payment. That is connected to our Stripe account. You can see Stripe connected active. The payment amount is $12 and charge description. Yeah. So in our Stripe account, we created a specific account only for this app. And there's only one purchase option, which is to buy 100 credits for 12 USD. This is so as simple as it gets. So that means that every single purchase from that Stripe account is for 100 credits, no matter what at the moment. Meaning that this is when a client or someone buys more credits for this app, it will trigger the Stripe charge trigger here. What this will do is that it will get all this information here. Then we just check that the captured amount is greater than, this is below $1. We just want to make sure that we're actually charging something. Like the customer was charged something, then I set this up because then we don't have to check specific values. We can change our front end value. Anyways, gonna go through true. Then we are gonna get the paying customer by searching for, down here, filter value by billing email. And that's it. So we add in a filter key. Let me just pull up one thing here, databases, and let me go to API documentation. The good thing about Adalo is that when you use the paid subscription where you have API access, all your databases will have dynamic API documentation created for them. So you can just click here, like click over here, go to API documentation, and then see your specific API documentation for the age database, for example, or for the user database here. So when we want to get a specific, here we go, get all connections, and I think we have it down here. Yeah. So we can query parameters here, because from Stripe, we don't get the ID from the customer. So we need to search by here, filter key email, and then filter value is email, which is exactly what we do here, email, and then find this. And we even write in, let me just go here, where it says receipt will be sent to this email, which is our email from here. So we're like linking stuff, hard coding stuff together here, meaning that when we type in, or the user client types in their credit card number, says pay, it will take this email and use that. And on the back end, we will find that user in this node here. So we found the user, and then we update their credit limit by doing so this one here, their existing credits plus 100. So we don't just put 100 here, we actually take the credit that they already have and then add 100 to it. Awesome. So now they can fund their account, and then we have the next workflow, generate avatar, which is this one. Here we go. And I can delete that one, isn't used. Save. When the user clicks generate avatar, fills out this information, and then clicks generate avatar, we trigger this script here. Again, webhook, here we post initial stuff to Adalo, and what we post here is mostly just saying processing. Plus we have a processing image that we're going to put up. So we're just going to like state that things are happening on the backend. Awesome. Plus we get the ID from the record that we created. Next, we have a AI agent here with a structured output parser, meaning that we give it a bunch of information, and then we're going to say, like, I think this is create all the avatar information, so create all the bio stuff. And in the structured output, we have, you need to always output in this structured format, which is full name, age, gender, skin color. All these things must be structured like this. We output that. So now we got the full bio for the person or avatar that we're creating. We're then going to create an image, like an image prompt for the user. So we need to create like, how should that look? And this is the prompt for creating that user avatar. And we have a lot of like banned words. When we use Midjourney, like they have a shit ton of banned words. So this is just a long prompt about, plus we use the information from this structured output we got from the previous AI node. So here we say age, gender, profession, skin color, crucial information that is from what we entered in the Adalo side on the front end app here. And then it's going to create, then it's going to create a image prompt based on that. So here we have some examples, an example of how that prompt could look. Awesome. This node will spit out an image prompt, and we are using Go API to generate our images because they have a nice API for Flux and for Midjourney and for other stuff. We're then going to send that image prompt to Go API, including a reciprocal webhook, meaning that when the image is done, it's going to send a webhook request back to us, but at a specific webhook. Awesome. Generate image. Then in here, we're going to update the record that we created over here. We're going to update that with the information from, let me see if I can get my little draw thingy here. Whoops. And there we go. So this one here is going to output a lot of stuff. We're going to use that to create the image prompt, create the image here, or at least start the image creation. And then we're going to put this information back into Adalo, and then we are waiting for the image. Awesome. We're now waiting for an image to be created. Once the image is done, it's gonna be put into this webhook. It has a processing feed, so a couple of seconds it's gonna send information to this webhook, and we're gonna check if the image URL exists. If the image URL does not exist, that means that it is still processing. We could use that to update the front end and say your image is now 60% done. We're not going to do that. So it's going to take, when the image is done and we have the URL, we are telling the AI node here, hey, create a short image title based on the provided prompt. So the prompt is also following the image. We're going to get that back. And we're going to use an AI node to create an image file name. So we have a shortened file name for that specific image. Then we're going to get the image. It's this one. So get image. We're then going to edit the image because we want to convert it into a JPEG. And the only way I found out to do that in n8n is like a workaround. You can't just change from PNG to JPEG. So I did a operation, multi-step data, and then I did a composite over and then didn't change anything. And then you could set the output format to JPEG. So it's kind of a workaround in order to get it to work or to convert it to JPEG, because there is no convert to JPEG function in n8n. Anywho, we are then going to upload that image into Google Cloud. We're going to get a URL back from our Google Cloud storage space. We are going to post that to Adalo because we would like to have that image as a MISC image here. So this is miscellaneous images over at the side. So we put that in as a record for miscellaneous images. Now we are here, add that image there. We're then gonna get the user. Here we go. We add that, like create a new record for a miscellaneous image. We're then gonna update our current avatar with the profile image and image ID. So let me go here. So this would be processing. Once that image is done, we will then put that as the avatar image there, because you can go over and open this image and then say set as profile image. Now that will update him over here as the new profile image. Let me just go here. There we go. So you can update profile images if you wanted to. Set as profile. Awesome. There we go. And then the last step is to deduct credits from the account. So we get the user and then we deduct the credit with an update or put command here. And that is credits where credit is -1. So the credits from here, -1. Awesome. Then we have create miscellaneous images. So that was the in a cafe drinking coffee generate image function here. Triggers this webhook here. We then create an image prompt. Now we're using Midjourney because Midjourney creates 4 images for the same price as one image with Flux. And yeah, so we just generate more images for the same price, but it takes longer. We send this to Go API with sent over there with all the information that needs to be sent over there. We then wait like 4-5 minutes-ish for that to process on relax mode in order to save money. Once that is done, we get it back, and now we have a little bit more here, but we get it back, and then we're going to have this true false if we have image URLs. The thing is that with Midjourney generations, it has a tendency to not generate them due to banned words. So we have this crazy long banned word list here. Like, don't say any of this torture or arrested or Donald Trump, whatever it is, don't say that. But if it says that anyways, it goes down here and it says, okay, we got a response back. There's no URL, image URL, which means that either it is processing or it failed. So let's just check if it failed. And in here, we can see that if the status equals to failed, then that is true. we tell a new AI, okay, we had a failed image generation. Please go ahead and, like, this is the prompt to rewrite, and this is the error message. Please write a new prompt that hopefully won't be banned or have issues with it, and then do it again. And then we just pass along all that information, that is the avatar ID and all that. And it puts that or posts that to Go API Midjourney, tries to create a new image. And then if that fails again, it's going to try again and so forth. And at some point, it will create a prompt that won't be banned or fail. And then we get a true here. Again, this is the create image name. Now we have an array. We get an array back because Midjourney creates 4 images. We get 4 images back. We then do an array split here with all the URLs, and then we split that output from the URL, meaning that the array structure is so that we need to like extract those image URLs here in this array and call the field or set point URL. We use that single parameter or set value in a split function, meaning that it will take each URL and do all this here. So all this with image number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the first step again is to get the image. We then edit the image with this multi-step thing here. So we edit the image. Then we code. I can't remember why this is here. Oh yeah, that's because we actually, we do it in a, I need to, it's going to have the same image name. So, and in Google Cloud Storage, you can't have the same image name for an image. So the image name from here, like that image name here, we then take the first image, and this code block here then registers because we don't have an iterative counter in n8n. So you need to code one. We then take the first image gets underscore or -01, then the second image -02, and so forth. Awesome. Meaning that when we upload to Google Cloud, we then get you can see here, you get the file name, then we get a dash, and then we get a 0, 1, 2, 4 from this code block here. Awesome. We then add that image to Adalo, and we do that 4 times, and that image is then linked to, we'll just open this, it's linked to the avatar, because we have here avatar and then an array, and we pass along the avatar ID as a secret from the image generation and so forth. So we link it back to this specific avatar, meaning that these images here pop up under this avatar, and all the images here pop up under this avatar. And so the interlinking happens here because we pass along the avatar ID. Great. We then get the avatar. I can't remember why, because we might want to get the user. Yeah. And that's because we have the avatar ID, but we don't have the user ID. We could have passed that along and then split out that ID number, therefore reducing the API calls. But I was lazy and I didn't do that because the credit system is an addition. So I created the whole app without the credit system, and then I added the credit system later. And I didn't want to fuck around with adding more information to the secret and then splitting that off, which is why we get the avatar. We have the avatar ID, but we don't have the user ID. When we get the avatar, we get the user ID because they are linked. I can then use that ID to get the user and then deduct the credit, which is why we have these, like this additional 2 steps here. So we do 2 API calls more than necessary in this setup. Yeah, that could have been reduced. Anyways, we then deduct the credits. Credit -1. Good. Now, this is a simple set new profile image. We actually have that one. This could be an internal Adalo automation where when you click this button, it will then update the avatar URL. So I could actually remove this and make that internal. Not that exciting. I then have something that is more exciting because when a person, if a person deletes an avatar, so go to home, then delete Kai here. Yes, delete him. And if the automation fails, something happens on the back end, and we don't delete all the miscellaneous images that are tied to Kai. I just have an automation that is on a 24-hour schedule that goes ahead and looks for any images that aren't specifically connected to an avatar. So we go ahead and pull all images, and then we have a filter here. And then if an image isn't like, when you pull all the images in, we then see, is the avatar there? So is it linked to an avatar? And if the image is not linked to an avatar, we go ahead and delete it on the cloud storage. And then we delete them on Adalo as well. So this is just a 24-hour cleanup service, which means that if by some reason any images were left on the cloud, Google Cloud server or storage, they would be cleaned up at a 24-hour schedule. There shouldn't be any, but I'm just going to do it anyways. Then we have the delete avatar function, which is what I just did with Kai here. You can see I just triggered that. What that is going to do is going to get the avatar. We're then going to delete the avatar. And then I think we're going to get all the avatar images. So all the miscellaneous images that we deleted. Let me just, here we delete the avatar record. Then we take all, like we get the avatar, we delete the avatar. Then we take all the miscellaneous image links or records. We split them out, meaning that for every record, we get that record because we need the cloud storage URL. We then delete the object on Google Cloud Storage, and then we delete the record. What that means is that if for some reason we swapped these and deleted the avatar before the other way around, if something happened, we could still like have stuff on Google Cloud Storage that were junk. So I did it in this order because if something fails, like between these steps, I don't know why, but for some reason it failed. That wouldn't be the worst part because our 24-hour cleaning service here would then catch that record that wasn't deleted and then try and delete it again. So that's why it is set up in this order here. Awesome. That is the delete avatar function. Whoops, go over there. And the last one here is when you just delete a single image. So when you go here, go to here, to this one, and you just want to delete a single miscellaneous image, when you click this trash can icon, it will, from Adalo, it will delete the record there, plus it will trigger a webhook. If I delete this, that image will go away, and this webhook will trigger and then delete the object from Google Cloud Storage. So you can now see in executions, we now deleted that image on our Google Cloud Storage server or service bucket. And that is the backend system. So that is all the automations here. And you could remove like one of them, I think number 5 here, as we talked about. That is all the automations that run this app here, where you can go ahead and generate avatars, digital avatars, and create biographies, create miscellaneous images, and so forth. So I hope this was informative and you learned something about building a automation backend for an application. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments. If you want some free automation stuff, we have our free automation, or we have a free community where we have content automations, and we have a lot of other stuff. Yeah, not good at selling anything. But anyways, if you're interested, just check the bio or the description below, and there will be links to all the shit that we have. Anyways, yeah, have a great day, and see you in the next video. Bye.